Are you pumping out consistent content and you're not seeing any engagement, or those followers aren't turning into your ideal clients? Well, stick around, because in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly what's actually happening with your content and how you can start to see these results. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, Jennifer Morilla. This YouTube channel is for creators, coaches, and online service providers who are looking to grow their online business using social media. If that's right up your alley, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because obviously that helps my channel. And you're gonna wanna come back every week where I drop a ton of videos on how to grow and scale your online business. If you're excited about today's conversation, we're talking about how to write Instagram captions to get more sales. Then go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And I am excited. You're probably at a place in your business where you're pumping out consistent content and you're not seeing engagement and you're not seeing those followers turn to paid clients. That tells me that it's probably your messaging and probably something in your captions. So if you want to start to see results like this that I have in my business and that I've taught my hundreds of clients, well then stick around, because we're gonna dive in and I'm gonna teach you exactly how to write a perfect sales captions. Let's do this. All right, so the ultimate goal for any social media caption, if you have an online business, is to provide value. That's my rule of thumb with anyone and what I am teaching. Now, you have to decide what that value means to you. Do you want to have your client convert? Do you want to create a connection, or do you want to educate them? I'm going to break down each and every single one. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what is the goal of the caption? Let's say you want to start a conversation. This is simply starting a conversation in the actual post. Maybe you're going to ask them a question and you want them to respond in the comments below. Or maybe you want them to convert. And by converting, I mean taking the next step to sign up for a freebie or working with you or shoot you a DM, but starting that conversation. Maybe you want to educate them. This is my favorite type of content because it's providing value, which then in turn potentially turns into an easy call to action, aka sale, freebie, etc. So when I say educate them, you're probably sharing something that is of value so that they know that you're an authority in your space. Or maybe your goal is to create a connection. And that means that you're probably sharing a piece of your story or your journey to relate with your ideal client so that they understand that you come from exactly where they once was, and it makes it a lot easier to bridge and create that connection. Whatever your reason is, the goal is to pick one type of goal. You can't have all four in a caption. You need to just pick one. So that's the first step. The second step you want to consider when you're writing out your caption is creating a strong hook. My favorite type of caption is a controversial statement. So let me give you guys an example here. A controversial statement is usually a striking statistic or a very opinionated opinion or a pain point about a specific topic that is within your niche. And when I think of hooks, I think of like the buzzworthy phrases, right? Like you want to make sure that that very first sentence is going to stop them in their tracks and they're going to be like, whoa, I need to keep my eyeballs on this post. When it comes to creating a strong hook though, I want you to remember, you want to keep the hooks mixed up. You don't want to keep the same type of hooks over and over. If you're the kind of person who likes to share shocking statistics, having those sprinkled into your content every once in a while is great, but having them consistently tends to then build your audience used to that type of content so they know what you're doing. And you don't want that. You want to shock your audience. You want your audience to stay on your page and want to look for more of your content, right? So this leads us to number 3. I see people do this all the time, and this is huge. This is using the you language. Sometimes we'll write captions and talk about our ideal clients or our clients' experiences in the third person. And while I understand why people do that, there is a huge separation in communication and relationship. The goal is to make your ideal client feel as if you're talking to them. So you want to create captions like, maybe you're struggling with Y, and maybe you're feeling like this. What you need to do is A, B, C, D. Get it? You're creating a connection versus saying something like, my ideal client struggles with 1, 2, 3, and what they should be doing is X, Y, and Z in order to get to their goal to reach A, B, C, D. There's still a massive gap in between you and your ideal client, and we don't want that. We want your followers to feel as if you are speaking to them. And my biggest tip for this, you guys, is when I write captions like this, I usually pretend like I'm talking to my best friend or an ideal client, just one person. The beautiful part about doing something like that is that your ideal client will pick that up. A lot of the times when I write captions and I'm thinking about my ideal client in my brain, I will get DM messages about people saying stuff like, I felt like you were talking to me. And I kind of was. So that is a really good way to write out those captions so that you can bridge the gap between you and your ideal client and make them feel as if you're actually talking to just them. So this leads me to my next tip. Adding quick wins. So remember how I said in the beginning of this video that whether your goal for the post is to create connection, education, conversation, or conversion, you want to make sure that you're providing value no matter what, right? So my biggest tip is providing those quick wins. You don't need to give them a full-blown elaborate explanation on how to complete something. Like, that's not the goal. That's why people pay you, right? You want to be able to give them something that they're going to be able to walk away with and be like, yes, I achieved this. This was awesome and I want more, right? So I love to do this in two ways. I love to actually write out a quick bullet of like, hey, this is what you need to do, step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Usually I keep it to no more than 3 to 6 steps if I'm trying to explain a process or something. If it's something super important, then I'll do 8 steps, but I wanna make sure it's super simple and sweet, and I want people to actually be able to implement and achieve the goal they're trying to achieve. And the next way I really love to share this is then by closing it out with an example. I'll talk about the 3 steps to modify X, Y, and Z, or the 5 steps to do X, Y, and Z, and then I literally share a win that I either personally have had within my business or one of my clients have. And this allows for a great, which brings us to our next step, call to action, which is the most important thing. I always get frustrated because when I see posts where people are like, tag a friend, or they use a quote, or they use 30,000 hashtags, and then they just talk about, a random sunset. You have so much opportunity and so much space there to provide a call to action. Remember, people are following you because of your business, right? You want to make sure they're walking away with value, they're walking away feeling like they're part of a good community. And lastly, you want something in exchange. And I think that is so important, and a lot of people underutilize that and forget that that is the whole point of Instagram, right? So adding a call to action. And again, this call to action can be anything you want, but you want to make sure you're adding a call to action. Something as simple as like drop an emoji if you feel this way, all the way down to download my freebie, the link in the bio. But adding that call to action will be an absolute game changer, especially if you're trying to turn your followers into clients. If you're struggling to come up with a perfect call to action for your business, then go ahead and drop me your niche below and I'll share a specific call to action that you can utilize for your business. Okay, my friends, there you have it. Those are my 5 steps to creating the perfect Instagram captions to get you more sales. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you give me a thumbs up, and I hope I see you guys soon. But until next time, love and light, and I will see you soon. Bye.